A24 has released their newest film with Bodies, 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 a satirical look at Generation Z through the lens of a slasher. Or is it? Welcome back to my channel, everybody. If you're new here, my name is Carter Scotland Allen. This is my film page where I discuss anything and everything film related. If I'm interested, I will talk about it, as well as sharing my professional filmmaking journey. Please be sure to like and subscribe if you like movie related content, as well as commenting down below what you guys thought of Bodies, Bodies, Bodies. Bodies, 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 or just One Bodies for short, was one of my most anticipated films of the year. It was an experience I knew I was going to have some enjoyment with, but I did not expect to be blown away the way that I was. I enjoyed this film quite a bit, and I will not be revealing the big twist in this video because I have a collab video coming out tomorrow with Carrie Craves Cinema discussing the film's wild ending. When a group of 20-somethings gets stuck at a remote mansion during a hurricane, a party game gone very, very wrong ends with a dead body on the ground and fake friends at every turn as they try to find the killer among them. This is Halina Reijn's first English language feature film debut, and I honestly think she killed it. This film has some widely known production issues, specifically with writing, and even with those issues, I still think she nailed it by delivering a cohesive film that was a fun overall thrill ride. We will get into the negatives of the on-set production issues later on with the story, but overall, Halina Reijn takes those issues and still tells a great cohesive story. Even if this film ends up not being specifically your type of thing, not your cup of tea, you don't end up enjoying it, you have to give props to Halina Reijn for managing to tell a cohesive film that also looks beautiful. I know that's props to mostly the cinematographer, but she captures this film well and manages to tell a great story. I had so much fun with this film. Moving on to the cast and the characters, this is the section of this review that I will be talking about the most because this is an ensemble cast that I did not expect to love the way that I love. This is easily one of my favorite groups of characters that I've seen on screen all year long. Everyone nails their roles for this film. Pete Davidson's character of David is a total asshole and he nails it, and he's honestly kind of like the sweet little bow on this film. If you've seen the film, you know what I mean, because he wraps this film up perfectly, and I absolutely loved him in this film, and I'm not a Pete Davidson fan. I haven't seen any of his other work, so I have nothing to go off of. I was just expecting to see Pete Davidson be Pete Davidson, and that's kind of what you get, but it totally works. The two leads in their relationship was great, dealing with Jordan, who was kind of this red herring. She was fantastic. But overall, the star of the show, in my opinion, was Rachel Sennow's character of Alice. She was fucking hilarious. Every single line she delivered was either funny as hell or cringy or both, and that's exactly what her character was meant to do, and it delivered. Every time she was on screen, I was having a fun time. These characters are some of the most fun I've seen in a while also being some of the most unlikable. Moving on to the story, this film obviously had a ton of rewrites, but still delivers an extremely fun time. There are definitely hints of the previously written scripts still to be found throughout this film, but honestly it worked for me. Some people would probably have an issue with that because you can clearly tell that it was supposed to be a different type of film, a more so straight up slasher style film, but it worked for me leaving those moments in there and not completely rewriting those moments because it added another level of unneeded paranoia. The entire film, I will just say it right now, I was expecting Sophie to be the killer, and when you get everything revealed, you're just like, wow, just wow. Like, the whole theater was laughing but in shock, and I loved it. It was a hilarious reveal, and I can't wait to talk about it with Carrie. I would have been fine if Sophie were the killer. It would have been predictable, but I'm so glad they did it the way that they did. And let's move on to the visuals for the film, which are absolutely fantastic. The lighting specifically throughout the house with the use of the glow sticks as well as the flashlights on their phones or the headlamps, whatever it may be, the lighting was fantastic. Most of this film is pretty dark, but because of the iPhones, things like that, it's just a great way of making things more intense because you can't just go flick on the lights. You're in a hurricane, everything's shut down. So I thought the use of the lighting was fantastic in this film. This film looks great. If there was one visual complaint specifically I had, it's that when they're outside on the road, there's like one branch in the road, and there clearly would have been way more than that, or just none at all. It's like you either do all of it or none at all, but that was just a little nitpick in my opinion. But visually, I did also have another complaint with the kills. I was thinking, wow, they're kind of a little tame and kind of a little bit boring. But then that is all tied up and made to be even more enjoyable with the final reveal, because when you get that final reveal, you start to understand why the kills are the way that they are, and I love it. All right, and moving on to the score for the film. This score definitely fits the film. It's, pop songs from today that are very much just songs from today. You've got songs from Charlie XCX, things like that, and it's definitely not a bad score, so I can't ding it. It totally fits the film and is used to honestly add comedic effect. It's not throughout the film the entire time. There are a lot of moments where it's just complete silence and just using the diegetic sound of the rooms and the people breathing, things like that. And then the music is used for comedic effect, which I thought absolutely tonally worked. All right, and let's move on to the final thoughts for Bodies, Bodies, Bodies. Overall, I did not expect to enjoy this film as much as I did. It is easily in my top 15 to 20 of the year so far. Who knows if it'll stay there. I will definitely be purchasing this film, and I did not expect to come out of this film saying that. I thought this was going to be a one and done type of watch. Let me know what you guys thought of Bodies, Bodies, Bodies down in the comments below. But yeah, if you haven't seen this film and are skeptical, go ahead and just wait and rent it. I would say rent it though. It is a fun watch. Just don't go into it expecting stabby, big, typical Scream style killer reveal. It's not that. And it's not that in a good way. I really enjoyed it. When people said that this is A24 Scream, I was very skeptical of that. Now looking back on that statement, it's totally worth saying that it is A24 Scream in a wild way. This film did not disappoint me, and I cannot wait to see it again. Well, that's my review for Bodies, 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 directed by Helena Rain. This film was fantastic, way better than I expected. Let me know what you guys thought of Bodies, Bodies, Bodies down in the comments below. Please be sure to like and subscribe. I'm Carter Scotland Allen, and I will see you guys in my next movie-related video. Peace.